All right, welcome to Kindred High School here. We apologize for the short delay on getting onto this game. We had some issues connecting to the server. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but we are on the air here. It's 9-5 in favor of the Kindred Vikings, and as a result of the technical issues, I don't know who has scored what as far as individual points are concerned, but we are underway. Once again, junior varsity basketball. Varsity game will follow this one here. It's 9-5 in favor of the Kindred Vikings with 4:01 to go in the first quarter of play. Make it 9-6 on the free throw.
Do I look like I'm wide-eyed? I watched 4.5 hours of orientation video.
Patty O'Lee, number 14 there for the Vikings. And putting it in is Jordan Sundown for 2. 11-6 with 3:37 and counting to go here in the first quarter of play, and now our scoreboard isn't working.
Yeah, the first one
Let's change
is just
that.
kind of
We can make it work. It is 11-6. Hang on with us here just a moment.
Check your data on. Hello. Hi, how are you? We went to a girls' basketball game, so we're playing Oak Grove. Yep. I was just telling Rochelle, I said, I might have to go to Kathy Breyer's house and have her help me hook this car seat up. I can't get
12-6, 13 if she makes this free throw, and if she doesn't, we'll adjust our scoreboard accordingly, and we'll have to adjust our scoreboard accordingly. She did not make the free throw. And that shot's not up, so 12-6. Vikings have the lead and the basketball, and off the shoe of Casey Berger, the 5'6", 8th grader. I'll stop the clock with 3:21 to go and give the ball back to the Oak Grove Grovers.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I know, but I had it in the car, and it was so tight quarters, I was just getting it. How come?
Stolen away there, but keeping it alive is Olivia Abraham. They'll put it into the corner. Maddie O'Leen with the shot up and in. That's through for Maddie O'Leen to make it 14-6 here with 2:45 and counting to go, and a steal in the backcourt and make it 16-6. Bounce pass will go into the hands of Sammy Vinay for the Oak Grove Grovers.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, and then you can figure out how to put sounds good. Yeah, I'll find out what time it is. But I think that was 4:30.
You notice the average age of the officials on that here too?
Yeah.
Same thing that.
If you recognize this gym, well, it's the background to our website with a little bit of effects put onto it. I was thought about changing the background of the website, but then I was like, no, I like it as is. So.
Oh, yeah.
16-6 now in favor of the Kindred Vikings here. Once again, junior varsity basketball. First quarter of play. Shot is up, in and out of the hands there of Jetta Neville, if I'm saying it correctly. Oak Grove fans on the far side of the gym. Kindred fans right in front of me to the left and right. And some nice passing there, and that shot is a little bit too strong off the back iron. Oak Grove will come down with the rebound. Coming away with it there is Remy Johnson. Johnson will get it up court and into the hands of number 44. I don't have a number 44 for Oak Grove, so identify her as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Casey Berner all the way to the hoop. That one won't go, and it rolls off the foot of Jordan Sunderland.
Oh, yeah. Because they just remove this number from your just so please remove this number from your we are changing this. So, and then
And the good news is I was able to log on with a mobile device, and now I'm confident that we're actually on the air because I can see the on-air monitor.
So what were you saying about the ages?
1:10 remains here in the first quarter of play. This game will be available for a 24/7 replay within a few hours after the conclusion of the varsity game tonight, which we'll also have for you here on the Andy Sports Channel.
Yeah, they don't have to do the elements.
No wind, no rain, no snow.
Casey Berner, the 5'6" 8th grader, bringing it up over the timeline here for the Kindred Vikings. She'll put her 2 passes later, near wing into the hands of Olivia Abraham. Abraham looks down low for Jordan Sunderland. Will put it up and in, 18-6. Says 19 there. Thought we had fixed our problem with not going up enough points, and now it goes too many points. So, boy, I guess you could say that's progress, and that will drop in. 20-6 plus, heading to the free throw line, the 5'6" freshman Jordan Sunderland.
I mean, not us, but
A little too strong off the glass there, out of the hands of Josie Longquest. And now a whistle stop the clock with 31.1 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. The Kindred Vikings leading 20-6 over the visiting Oak Grove Rovers.
No, I didn't. I posted that I have them. I know them.
Baseline jumper up, a little too strong. That one won't jump in, and back the other way quickly come the Kindred Vikings. Looking inside, she's in front of all the defenders and can't get it to going off the glass. Pulling down the rebound there is Jetta Mevol, the 5'6" 7th grader, wearing number 11 for Oak Grove. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. 20-6 is our score after the completion of 1. We'll be back in a moment here with the second quarter of play after this on the ND Sports Channel. The ND Sports Channel is a proud supporter and broadcast partner with North Dakota Softball All-Stars. The games and skills competition for the 3rd annual Shields ND Softball All-Stars Series are scheduled for June 3rd and 4th, 2019, and it'll all be live on the ND Sports Channel. Let's team up and help ND Softball All-Stars make the program the best it can be for the final high school softball game for the top seniors in the state of North Dakota. Send your donations to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota 58109, or you can also donate on the ND Softball All-Stars Facebook page. For more information on ND Softball All-Stars, check out the website ndsoftballallstars.com. Let's team up to support a great program for a great sport in the great state of North Dakota. Second quarter of play here at Kindred High School, junior varsity basketball. 20-6 at the end of one. Oak Grove had the lead to start with here, and ever since that early lead by Oak Grove, it's been all Kindred.
With a really 20-foot long rod in your hand, you're not going to do that. And if you think prepared of what to do you might survive.
Three-pointer is up, a little too strong to the left side of the rim there, and a loose ball rebound comes down to the Kindred Vikings. That's going to be Lacey Reese.
Half of the time, what happens is
Up and in, 22-6.
but it doesn't sound like what it sounds like on TV. A real
Three-pointer up. That one won't go in, and loose ball in the lane there, and wrestling match for it. We'll have a jump ball coming, and there it is.
if it's not right by you.
7:12 and counting to go here in the first quarter of play. Second quarter of play, excuse me. First half would be more accurate, and then
You know, when they know, when they honestly, subconsciously know. So they said, don't wait. If you think
thought about the three, now drives into the lane, kicks it outside there. That, I believe that's Casey Berner. And I looked down for a split second. I saw two fingers in the air, so that means Casey Berner is going to get two shots. 22-6. Free throws up and in, nothing but net. Swish, 23-6. Second one's up, and that one's in, 24-6.
But, you know, huh? No, like all your cell phones. Oh, your cell phones. Oh. No, shut off your cell phones. Yeah, so.
Ball goes back to Oak Grove after all that. And
lock the door. Shut off the lights. And scatter throughout the room. Don't huddle. Give yourself, to give yourself more support or protect.
Sydney Steinhaus, number 40 there, who caught the pass and then it went out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Kindred Vikings. 24-6, 6:35 to go here in the second quarter of play.
Okay, grab something, whether it be a rock or a chair or a book or your boot. Yeah. Everybody, one time, the minute he crosses that phone, the door, you start throwing stuff. Yeah. That will hopefully distract him enough. So that
Ball stolen away. Steinhaus is looking, and gets it into the hands there eventually of Sophie Ponsack.
Oh, who would have thought that? I had thought of it.
Rebound underneath. Follow-up shot there won't go onto the hands of Jetta Mebold. Quickly down the other way now. Kindred Vikings will tee it up for three, and it's in! Nice job there by the 5'7" junior, Maddie O'Lean. Steal in the backcourt. Loose ball gets tipped out of bounds. It'll go back to Oak Grove.
And get in a room, lock it, and barricade. Don't just lock it. You can shoot it out, but put your hand as heavy as you can. Yeah. Look at this. Yeah. You know, when you're in an emergency. Right.
29-6 now. 5:14 to go in the second quarter of play as the fans start to fill in quickly here for the second half of this JV game coming up, as well as the varsity game to follow. 26 on the shot clock. Shot is up, no good. Off a couple of feet. No kick was called, and now a jump ball will be called. Possession will favor the Oak Grove Grovers. Once again, we apologize for the minor late start here. So we had some issues connecting to the server, and well, we're like, we got to fix this before varsity, or just start a little late on the JV, and well, we're gonna get both of those tasks accomplished there. 31-6 now, 4:45 and counting to go here in the second quarter of play. Ball will stay with the Oak Grove Grovers. Inbounds pass comes into number 44. I believe that is, not sure who that is. I don't have number 44 on my roster. Keep you up to date on some of the other scores from Class A and Class B girls basketball here, as well as the scores come into us. At halftime, girls basketball, it's Grand Forks Central leading Grand Forks Red River 36-35. Good one going up there in Grand Forks. In hockey, see here. Fargo Davies, Eagles are up 4-1, whoever they're playing, and I'm not sure who they're playing. We'll try and figure that one out here. And that's all we got for scores at this point in time. Well, plenty more scores coming up here during the varsity game. That one goes over the head there of the Kindred Vikings, number 22. That is, no, that's not. That is somebody else wearing number 22. I know who Taryn Johnson is, and oh, that's 32. Okay, that makes sense. Lacey Reese. Vikings work it up into the corner. Long two is up and in. Nice job there by the Kindred Vikings to make it 33-6. Shot there out of the hands of Jordan Sunram to make it 35-6. Oak Grove has not scored here in the second quarter. We're almost 5 minutes into it. Matter of fact, as I say that, we exactly crossed the 5-minute mark. Ball swatted away. Oak Grove will maintain possession of it for the moment. Getting into the hands there of Greta Larson. Now into the corner. Three is up. Three is not in. Kindred will pick up that loose ball rebound, and they'll advance it down the other end of the court quickly. Wide open, off the glass and in. Sunram once again. 2:23 and counting to go here. It was 20 to 6. And now it's 39 to 6. It was 20 to 6 at the end of the first quarter. And we have a timeout on the floor. 39 to 6, timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout with them. Be back in a quick moment here on the ND Sports Channel. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter, search @ND Scores, and get the same scores on your mobile device every night. All right, welcome back here out of the timeout. 39 to 6 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. And another turnover there. Grovers have not scored at all here in the second quarter yet. And, well, there's another bucket for... So the Vikings outscored, and we missed that one on the camera. I'm working the camera as well as trying to do commentary here. Well, our camera person will be here for the varsity game. Not used to doing both. I've done both before, but usually it's a bad result if I have to do it myself. But the Vikings outscored the Grovers 20 to 6 in that first quarter. Right now, they have outscored them 20 to nothing. At one point, it was 5-0 Oak Grove. And it's been all Kindred since then. Shot is up, a little too strong off the basket, but we'll draw contact. And
that's what I would suggest, because then it doesn't have that. That does sink.
Stepping up to the free throw line for the Kindred Vikings is going to be Casey Berner, the 5'6", 8th grader. And she'll miss the first one. 41 to 6 instead of 40 to 6 as it shows on your screen there. There we go. Our scoreboard guy, which is me, for updating that. A little sarcasm there, just a little bit. Second free throw up. That one will drop in. 42 to 6 now in favor of the Kindred Vikings with 1:17 to go in the first half of play. Grovers bring it over, trying to get through. Oh, and that will be over and back. I don't know if she realized where her left foot was at or not, but we'll give the ball back to the Kindred Vikings. I think, if memory serves me correctly, I've only called one game where a team hasn't scored in a quarter, and that was the Maple Valley game a couple years ago against Hillsborough Central Valley. That was a game where Hillsborough Central Valley obviously won. I won't repeat the score on that, but we'll just say that they picked up the W in that game. Kindred working the ball in, and then through the legs and out of bounds of Casey Berner. I'll give the ball back to Oak Grove. We'll see if they can get a bucket here in the next 59 seconds. And there's a turnover. And it's a one-on-one race back the other way. Can't get it. Offensive rebound, traveling. Basket will not count. It'll be a traveling call and another turnover. And now Oak Grove has 46.9 seconds to try and put a bucket in here in the second quarter of play. And that's another turnover. It's been a rough second quarter here for the Grovers. Three-pointer up and in. 45 to 6. nearly another turnover there. And there's the turnover. We just had to wait a little bit longer. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Baseline jumper up, bounces up twice and drops in. 47-6, and the shot at the buzzer will not come close, and that will be our second quarter score. The Kindred Vikings outscored the Grovers 27-0 in that particular quarter of play, and that'll bring us to halftime. We'll take a timeout. When we come back here, we'll have a little bit of a halftime show and then get you set up for the second half here on the ND Sports Channel. Quality Home Restorations is Fargo-Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake.
All right, back for halftime now. A little halftime entertainment out on the court. We'll join that right now. We'll turn down our crowd mic just a little bit because that might help us from getting a copyright strike on our YouTube channel with whatever song that they're playing that I can't hear through my headset. So. All right, that was your halftime entertainment here. Now we'll take another timeout as we're about 7 minutes or so away from the start of the second half of play. It was 20-6 at the end of the first quarter, and Kindred outscored Oak Grove, holding them scoreless 27-0 in that second quarter of play to bring us to our current score of 47-6. JV game, varsity game to follow. We'll take a timeout and tell you more about it here in a little bit on the ND Sports Channel right after this. Quality Home Restorations is Fargo-Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake.
Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
The ND Sports Channel is a proud supporter and broadcast partner with North Dakota Softball All-Stars. The games and skills competition for the 3rd annual Shields ND Softball All-Stars Series are scheduled for June 3rd and 4th, 2019, and it'll all be live on the ND Sports Channel. Let's team up and help ND Softball All-Stars make the program the best it can be for the final high school softball game for the top seniors in the state of North Dakota. Send your donations to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota 58109, or you can also donate on the ND Softball All-Stars Facebook page. For more information on ND Softball All-Stars, check out the website ndsoftballallstars.com. Let's team up to support a great program for a great sport in the great state of North Dakota. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter, search @NDScores, and get the same scores on your mobile device every night. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. The ND Sports Channel is a proud supporter and broadcast partner with North Dakota Softball All-Stars. The games and skills competition for the 3rd annual Shields ND Softball All-Stars Series are scheduled for June 3rd and 4th, 2019, and it'll all be live on the ND Sports Channel. Let's team up and help ND Softball All-Stars make the program the best it can be for the final high school softball game for the top seniors in the state of North Dakota. Send your donations to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota 58109, or you can also donate on the ND Softball All-Stars Facebook page. For more information on ND Softball All-Stars, check out the website ndsoftballallstars.com. Let's team up to support a great program for a great sport in the great state of North Dakota.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. All right, welcome back. We're about to conclude our halftime show here and get ourselves into the third quarter of play. Varsity basketball here between the Kindred Vikings and the Oak Grove Grovers. Grover scored all 6 of those points that you see there on the scoreboard. In the first quarter of play, they were held scoreless in the second quarter. So we'll see how the Grovers respond here in half number 2. As the two teams come back onto the floor. Number 44 for Oak Grove. She's not on a roster. If you happen to know who she is, 701-404-9072 is our phone number that you can text, and I'll reach us right here in the press box at Kindred. Our camera person will be here for the varsity game, so I'm doing camera and play-by-play for JV, so we'll do the best I can at all the multitasking there. Just a heads up for you. When I don't have to do the camera, I can usually do a lot better job at everything else, so. That little floater won't make it in, and that will go out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings, and Oak Grove will get the basketball for the first time here in the third quarter of play. 7:24 and counting to go here. As the Grovers will look down low, and if she would have caught it, that probably would have been a basket, but it slipped off the fingertips there of Remy Johnson. Out of bounds and a turnover for the Grovers. Ball goes back to Kindred. Bounce pass out on the lane here for Dubs Josie Lundquist. A couple passes later, Lundquist will get it right back. She'll work it over far side there into the hands of Maddie Oline. Oline back to Lundquist up top. Drives down the far side of the lane. 7 on the shot clock. The whistle will sound, and a foul on Oak Grove, and that'll send Lundquist to the line. Minute 10. And we still have no score in the third quarter. It's 0-0 between the Grovers and the Vikings here in quarter number 3. And that one doesn't go in either. An offensive rebound originally, but then it came down. It was ripped away there, and it ends up in the hands of Oak Grove. Remy Johnson has it now. Looks into the high post. Tried to give it back to Johnson, but it was intercepted there by Olivia Abraham. Back the other way comes the Kindred Vikings. As Lacey Reese with the basketball. Now Lundquist. Lundquist will feed it into the hands there of Abraham. Abraham drives into the paint, can't get it up. Own rebound, and cannot get the second follow-up shot to go up either. Loose ball in the lane. It's going to be picked up by Oak Grove's, check that, Jetta Mevvold. Shot is up, a little short. You could tell that when it came out, and the one bounce rebound goes into the hands of Maddie Oline. Oline dribbles in, lost it off her knee out of bounds, and it goes back to Oak Grove. 5:49 remaining. Neither team has scored yet here in the third quarter of play. The guy, I didn't catch his name, but the guy who was going to stream the game on the Oak Grove YouTube athletic page wasn't able to connect to a Wi-Fi signal, so we welcome those who are hoping to watch it on the Oak Grove page here on the ND Sports Channel. We will have the varsity game coming up for you following the conclusion of this one as well. And as I mentioned a few minutes ago, we'll have our camera person ready for that varsity game, as well as I'm doing everything for this game right now. And I do mean everything. Nice drive into the lane there. That one will drop in, 49-6 in favor of the Kindred Vikings. 2-0 in favor of the Vikings here in the third quarter of play. They'll work the ball into the corner. Long two is up off the front of the rim, won't go. I believe that was Remy Johnson with the, no, check, that was Jetta Mevold with the offensive rebound. And now Oak Grove has scored their first bucket since the first quarter of play. So Oak Grove scoring a bucket on their last possession here. Let's see if they can do that on back-to-back possessions. And it's stolen away. Back the other way, up and in off the glass. That's two more for the Kindred Vikings. 51-8 with 4:47 to go here in the third quarter of play. This game, as well as the varsity game, will be available for a 24/7 replay on our website within a few hours of the conclusion of the varsity game. Under the game rewind button, you click on girls basketball, and that banks in for a three. 51-11. And that will be a jump ball, at least I believe. And I finally get the signal now from the referee along the baseline for the jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Kindred Vikings. Some more fans working their way in here as we get closer and closer to the varsity game. Apologize for the momentary moments that they get into the camera here, and hopefully that will be limited tonight. Inbounds pass comes to Sammy Vinay. Vinay brings it up over the timeline. Near wing now, that's the one player I don't have a jersey, that's not on my roster. Inbounds past the lane was intercepted. Back the other way now come the Kindred Vikings. That was lost out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Kindred Vikings. 3:57 to go here in the third quarter of play. I do believe a running clock will go into effect for the fourth quarter of the JV game. It was in effect for the fourth quarter of the JV game in Hillsborough a few nights ago when we had that game, their game against Larimore. So that's why I have suspicion that that'll be the case in this one too. Oak Grove got the ball back momentarily, and it was immediately taken away here by the Kindred Vikings, and then lost out of bounds. And 3:45 to go here, third quarter of play. They'll work it into the paint. One dribble, turn around, too strong, can't get it to go. A loose ball in the paint, now a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Oak Grove Grovers. Vinay now with the basketball, far wing, pushes it into the corner. Now they look down to the low block, but then it got tipped and goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Kindred Vikings.
And it was like night and day, you know, when I didn't have to go back and forth between programs. Why are there 3 different programs? Well, because there is like,
Vikings will push it into the corner here. That is going to be number 25. I don't have number 25 on my Kindred roster, so I'm not sure who number 25 is. Cadence Striley. I must have forgot to write her into the roster here, because either that or she wasn't on the one that I got in the email today. It's all good though. 51-11, 2:55 and counting to go here. Oak Grove has actually outscored Kindred here in the third quarter, 5-4. It was 47-6 at the end of at halftime. So if you're looking for some positive, you just got it there. And if you're looking for some positive for the Kindred Vikings, you just got it there for out of the hands of Jordan Sunram, who gets another bucket. 53-11 now. Nice ball movement for Oak Grove. Try and work it into the near corner there. I'm not sure if that was a deflected shot or a deflected pass, but either way, it'll stay with Oak Grove here as we have a foul on Kindred, or no, check that, just a substitution, excuse me. The C game was canceled due to low numbers, so the C and the JV are combined into one team today. Not sure if that was on the half of Kindred or the half of Oak Grove, or maybe it was both. But that's the word that we got earlier this morning when we were checking out who was playing who today. And that's a nice shot there by Jordan Sunram. 55-11. Once again, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, you can text us, you can email us. Oops, that was my bad there, hitting the camera. But you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and get email as well as mobile alerts. You can get both or just one of the two. I believe there's a setting somewhere in your Google account that allows you to say where you want those alerts to go, and every time we go on the air with a game, you'll be notified of that. You'll be given the option to watch it right then, or you can watch it later. One of the cool things is after we hit that 100 subscriber mark was a DVR function on our YouTube channel. So if you tuned in late, you can rewind all the way back to the start of this game and watch it on a time delay, and at any point you can come back to live action by clicking on the live button as well. Now, if you are just joining us recently over the last couple quarters, we had some server issues early in the first quarter, so we didn't get on the air until it was like 6 to 5, I believe, or something to that effect. So we missed the first minute or two of the first quarter there, but we were able to get on the air, and thankfully, I was getting worried there for a moment. Trying to move along the baseline there for the Oak Grove Grovers was Ella Frisk, a 5'1" 8th grader, and well, some contact on the Vikings, and it'll be a baseline inbounds pass for the Grovers underneath their own hoop with 43.8 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. And now we have another whistle before the inbounds pass even occurs. Inbounds pass comes into Charlie Lang. Lang driving baseline, runs into a double team. High post jumper is up. It looked good coming out of her hand, but it didn't drop. Ella Frisk there with the shot. I'll stop the clock with 32 seconds to go, and the ball will go back to the Kindred Vikings. Trigger, and the inbounds pass will be Olivia Abraham. Abraham, a 5'5" junior for the Kindred Vikings. She'll trigger that one into Autumn Kramer, a 5'5" sophomore with the basketball right now. She'll give it up near side there for Abraham. Abraham looks down across the lane, dribbles it in from the mid block, and the ball will stay in the possession of the Kindred Vikings. Getting through defenders and putting it up and in was Andrea Hoyme. If I'm saying that right, a 5'7" freshman. That brings us to the end of the third quarter. At one point, Grovers had outscored them 8-5, but Kindred ends up scoring 10 in that third quarter, and brings us to the end of the third quarter, 57-11. We'll take a short timeout, and then we'll come back with the fourth quarter of play in a few seconds here on the ND Sports Channel.
Paper tickets.
All right, so basically that break was in reverse, I guess. So we had to put a live fix on the air so that when we go to that next time, that won't happen. So let's keep it right here for the quarter break, and we're at it. If our graphics guy could make that fourth quarter for us. Look at that. Ask and you shall receive, friends. Fourth quarter it is. 8 minutes to go here as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play. And it'll be Oak Grove ball. Triggering the inbounds pass is Sammy Vinay. Vinay, a 5-foot freshman for the Grovers. Triggers it into the hands of Remy Johnson. Also in there, Jetta Mivold, if I'm saying that correctly. And if I'm not, I do apologize for that. If our cameraman happens to show up during the fourth quarter here, we'll have her take over for the remainder of the fourth quarter. But we did tell her to show up at about 7 o'clock, and it's 6:59 right now, so I would suspect that she'll be walking in the door any moment here. Vinay will trigger the inbounds pass, and that will go into, that is Greta Larson, I believe. Unless there's another 14 out there, I'm not sure. That shot a little off to the right of the hoop and out of bounds. The ball goes back to the Kindred Vikings, 57-11. And it is indeed a running clock, 6:53 and counting. The clock will stop for timeouts, injuries, and free throws. Otherwise, they'll continue to run if they, well, we'll see if when the team goes to the free throw line, we'll see how they operate that clock. But the last time when we were up in Hillsborough against the Burrows against the Larimore Polar Bears, they did not stop the clock until the free throw shooter had the ball in his hand. So we'll see if, I guess the last time I looked at the rule, it doesn't give that specific, or get that too specific is what I'm trying to say. But maybe, we'll just see what happens here if one of these two teams goes to the free throw line. 6:02 and counting, running clock once again here with the score, 57-11 here in the fourth quarter of play. Fargo Davies Junior Varsity beats Fargo South Shanley Junior Varsity by the final score of 7-2 in boys hockey. We'll get you varsity scores here a little bit later tonight on that one as the three-pointers up, and look, one of the more decent looking three-pointers of the night for Oak Grove so far. A couple of steals and turnovers between both teams here as we go back and forth, and there's another turnover. Oak Grove will bring it back. Just barely gets it over the timeline here with about 3 seconds to spare. And that loose ball will be picked up by Kindred. Trapped in the corner there, and a whistle will sound, and I believe we might have had a timeout. And that is indeed the case. So Kindred will call the timeout to save the possession, and let's get to that ad we missed earlier. We'll be back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake.
Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
All right, welcome back. Fourth quarter of play here. 4:53 in counting. 17 on the shot clock. Kindred has the basketball and a 7-11 lead. And our camera person has arrived, so she will run the camera for the remainder of the fourth quarter here, the JV game, and improve our broadcast slightly there, 'cause it's one less thing I have to do. And I love it when I have one less thing to do. Of course, everybody probably loves it when they have one less thing to do. And that steal there, weren't able to convert it into points, and Oak Grove will get the ball back, and now a jump ball will favor the Kindred Vikings. Oh, no, they'll call a foul instead. Possession arrow will stay with the Kindred Vikings, and it will be Oak Grove ball. Four minutes to go, and Kindred will indeed get the basketball. And yeah, okay, so it was a jump ball. I'm just delayed on that. They had a discussion. It's like, yeah, jump ball, which is what I originally thought it was. And loose ball picked up at the midcourt stripe. Kindred tried the pass into the corner there, but it was deflected off the hand of Jetta Mevold, out of bounds. Nice defensive play there for the Grovers. 3:27 and 3:26, 3:25 and counting. Running clock. This one will be over here in a little over 3 minutes, barring a timeout, injury, or a free throw. As that inbounds pass went off the backside of the backboard, but Kindred able to maintain possession of the basketball, or Oak Grove able to maintain possession is what I meant to say, and then Kindred stole it. Now Oak Grove has it right back. Three-pointer up, a little short, out of bounds, and over to the Kindred Vikings. 2:52 to go and counting. And the referee was just out of my vision. I had to lean forward here as I have a big brick wall in my left eye line of sight. Man, that's tough to say. So in this case, the clock is just going to continue to run. So yeah, I'll have to. I guess it's. We'll just say it's the discretion of the home gym. Let's put it that way, because I've called about. I don't know, 10 or 12 games since that mercy rule went into effect a couple years ago, and well, it's been different almost every single time. So you get used to it, and then they change it up on you. Minute 50 to go in this one here. Some solid defense here by the Vikings, even late in the fourth quarter. High post jumper up and in. Nice job there by Jetta Mevold. Oh, excuse me, I had the hiccup there right as I tried to say your name. Jetta Mevold. That ball will be stripped away, and clean steal, and nearly falling down, and still a battle for the ball here, and they'll call a jump ball. Possession will favor the Oak Grove Grovers with 1:05 and counting to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Once again, because of our server errors in the first quarter, I wasn't able to keep track of stats, and when I don't start stats, I don't finish stats either. So we will have a very very short post-game show, and then we'll go off air for a couple of minutes, get things set for the varsity game, and then come back on air with a pregame show. Probably within, usually takes about anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes to get that all set up between games here. So they'll give us a pregame show of approximately 13 to 15 minutes before the opening tip of the varsity game, which is coming up next here on the ND Sports Channel. I thank Athletic Director Matt Crane for telling us where all the chords do what, which chords do what. There's a lot of chords up here in this basket, or in this press box, and that is your final score. 57 to 13 is your final score. Oak Grove, they scored no points in the second quarter. Kindred scored no points in the fourth quarter. Oak Grove wins quarter 4, 2-0, and we'll break now for a few minutes, and then we'll come back with the varsity game in about 5 to 7 minutes right here on the ND Sports Channel. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the ND Sports Channel. Did you miss any of the game? Check out Game Rewind on our website at ndsportschannel.com.